Hi, today we're looking at Yakazu, a number puzzle that is not dissimilar to Sudoku. In some ways it's much simpler. We're playing on a square grid. As you can see, this is a 9x9 grid. The grid is split into horizontal and vertical regions, and the objective is simply to fill in the missing numbers such that each region contains all the numbers from 1 to the size of that region. So for example, this is a vertical region of 2 cells. We've got a 1. So quite simply, ready to fill in a 2. And this is a horizontal region with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells. So we're missing 5, and 7. Well, at the moment, we can't tell which is which. So we'll come back to that. That's the basic objectives there. That's the puzzle. As I say, fill in the missing numbers. It sounds pretty simple. And on this nice, easy 2-star puzzle, it is quite simple. This is just a starter puzzle to give you an idea of how we play Yakuzu. As you get into more complex puzzles, the grids get bigger and there are fewer clue numbers. So to start an easy puzzle like this, what I generally do is look for very simple sections like the one we just completed up here with just one number missing. I'll go vertically first and then come back and do horizontally. So in this section, we're obviously missing the 1. This section, we're missing a 2. This is another easy one. We're missing the 3. This one where there's only one missing number, which again is a 2. We've got one more vertical, simple, easy win there, which is a 2 in this one. I'm going to come across, look horizontally across the board now at regions like this. This is an easy win. There's no clue numbers in there, so it's not the easiest of easy wins. We'll come back to that, which is a very, very simple ones first, like this missing 1 in here, and this missing 1 in here. And that fills in all of the quickest of quick wins where we're only missing 1 single digit in a region. I said we would come back and look at this one. Although we don't have any clue numbers, it's pretty easy to work out what must go where. And that we do by looking at the region that crosses it. So again, we're looking at this region here, and this region here crosses it. So we can work out this intersecting cell here, because in the vertical region, we already have a 2 and we already have a 1. Therefore, we cannot put another 2 or a 1 in here because we would have the same number twice in the vertical region. So if it's not a 2 or a 1, it's got to be a 3. And we can do exactly the same thing with this intersecting vertical region here. We know that this intersecting cell cannot be a 3 or a 1, and it must be a 2. And that leaves just one cell to complete here, which is obviously our missing 1. So even though we didn't know any clue numbers, we were able to deduce what went where by looking at the intersecting regions. We have a knock-on effect now in that this vertical region, having filled in 2 numbers, is only missing the single digit. We have our 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. So we're only missing the 4. So we can write in, as I'm in this general sector of the puzzle, I'm going to look at these 2 empty cells here. They should be fairly easy to work out in the context of this vertical region. We know that we're missing a 5 and a 6. Well, we have a 6 here. That means we cannot put another 6 there. So our 6 must go to here, meaning our 5 goes in here. And the knock-on effect of that is that we're only missing 1 digit in this horizontal region, which is 1. Looking around the board logically, easy places to go again. My eye is drawn immediately to this vertical region because we'd only have 2 missing cells. A 1, a 2, a 4 and a 5. So we're missing a 3 and a 6. Again, we've got a 3 down here, which means we cannot put a 3 in there. So that must be our 6. And our 3 must go here. This small vertical region of 3 cells is simple enough to solve. We've already got a 3 in there. We need a 1 and the 2. The 2 here means we cannot put another 2 there. So that must be our 1, that must be our 2, which means, of course, this is a 1. Back over to this vertical section here, and I can see that we need a 2 in here somewhere. This 2 means it cannot go there, and this 2 means it cannot go there, which means that this is the only cell on which we can put our 2. I'm going to put my 2 in there, and that means we can put a 3 in here. And still looking at this vertical section, they're still missing a 3 and a 4, and 3 cannot go here because of that one. So as that's our 4, meaning that must be our 3, which further leads us to a single missing cell in here. which must be 5. This 5 means we cannot have 5 in this horizontal section. That is a 6, meaning that the last remaining cell here must be 5. And we can look at another technique to solve a cell on this board. I'm getting at this vertical section here, which takes the entire size of the board, so it's 9 cells high. We're missing an 8, and we can work out where that goes. There's only one place it can go. Even though we don't have any other 8s that are crossing the board, we know we cannot put an 8 up here because it would be part of this horizontal section as well. And this horizontal section is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells wide, so cannot take an 8. We've got the same thing going on here with this horizontal section, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells wide. So this cannot be an 8. In fact, down here is the only region which is wide enough to accept an 8, so it must be in this intersecting cell here. That's the only place we can put our missing 8. But it has a lock-on effect in that we only have one missing cell in this region, which is this cell here, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so this must be a 7. They're nearly done. I'm going to look back at this very tall region again. We're missing a 2 and a 7. This 2 means it cannot go there. We put our 2 in here and our 7 up there, which has another knock-on effect of leaving the single free cell here, which, by the look of it, must be a 5. And this is the last remaining cell on the board. You have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this cell must be a 6. And that's it. We've completed the puzzle. So once again, a very simple puzzle. Apart from using crossing cells, we only had to use one other technique, which was the size of the crossing regions to work out this number 8. As the grids get bigger, and as there are fewer clue numbers, you need to use longer chains of logical deduction to work out what goes where. It's an easy puzzle to learn, very easy to get started, and 1 and 2 star puzzles with a nice gentle introduction, and you can ramp it up as difficult as you want to go.
Hi, I'm Pete. Don't forget you can get our Puzzle Weekly magazine delivered to you every Monday, completely free. Visit the link to get your copy.